Hey, how you doing, Mr. Byers? Hey, how you doing? What's up?
LT, what's going on, brother?
Hey, I hear you loud and clear, bro.
Good deal, man. Currently setting up the anytime mailbox. Did we speak about that already?
Nah, we haven't.
So, are you familiar with that term, anytime mailbox?
Nah, share it with me.
I learned it from you, but it's I wasn't sure what service you were utilizing. But anytime mailbox is set up and structured to where you can have a digital address, and you can do it pretty much across the country. What that means is they will assign you an actual address, a physical street address. So all of your mail, excuse me, that you receive, it will be processed, it will be opened and scanned and sent right over to you. So this gives us the ability for to kind of shield our personal addresses on important documents that we're utilizing. So because at one point I was using my personal address as my business address.
Oh,
Now
wow.
I'm transitioning away from that. Hey, I got smart. I listened to you, brother. I transitioned over to the digital mailbox. And so now it's you can have multiple addresses in different states, as many as needed. So for me, as investing in multiple states, I have to register for a foreign file. And when you register for a foreign file, you need a registered agent in that state. And so whenever you do that, they like to be attached to an actual address that can't be a P.O. box. That's what they say. So utilizing anytime mailbox, it gives you the ability to get a physical address, a suite number, any state. So you're always on the go. And it's only $10 a month.
No, that ain't bad at all. $10 a month, $120 a year. About as much as I'm paying for what's name, but it scans in and send it straight to your email digitally.
Right, right. Which service are you currently using?
I use UPS suites.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that way you got a stationary building. You got somebody got a sign for everything. It's local,
Mhm.
easy to get to, and they have mail information to you as well.
Got it. And you know what? That anytime mailbox, they are attached with UPS.
Oh, look at them. Look at them.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. So thus far everything's been pretty good, and so yeah, I'm happy with the service thus far, and
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm happy with them thus far. So I'll continue to give them a shout and an opportunity to continue to earn my business and continue to move forward.
Yeah,
So
I really want to brought up that virtual mailbox at first, because she's active duty military and she traveled a lot. Her husband active duty military, and and she talked about the virtual mailbox. And,
okay.
yeah, that's one. I think T used T just used UPS period because she don't want nobody to know she lived. So whenever you ask her, the other lady, young lady named T, she always just used a UPS mailbox. Period. Even for her home address, she used a UPS. She used the actual post office mailbox for her home address.
Okay. Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, she said she used to be a cop in the military, and the people she used to get tickets on post would come back and try and get mad at the people that gave them tickets, so they come back and find where they live and try and attack them.
Hey, look, hey, that's the truth. That's the truth, man. I've learned, trying to shield ourselves and save ourselves from as much issues, drama, unnecessary calls and doors that knocks at the doors is definitely worth it, man. Definitely worth it.
Mm-mm. Well, I don't know. Mr. Michael on right now. Don't worry about it. I know that somebody just asked me about the link. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with the link.
No, the link worked just fine this time. Well, you see, I logged in through Zoom anyway. That's why you see the co-host up here.
Yeah. You showing me twice.
No. Come on, man.
No, it is. It's showing Williams reality twice.
Hey, look, because twice is nice, man. Hey, look, you that nice, you need two of you.
I
Come
know,
on
right? That's how it works right there.
now. Come on now.
That's how you Kappas do it.
Get out.
Sounds so nice. Gotta name them twice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Priscilla texted me and asked me what we having to call.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, man. What was it? Anything in particular? Well, I guess. Do you know Michael is?
Michael was on last week. He's a lawyer, attorney in the Shreveport area, and him and his wife has started investing in properties, and they're looking to grow their real estate portfolio. He's already have one property under contract. Michael, how that's going for you?
Oh man, yeah. He had you have us on mute, Michael, so we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The seller pulled out
Okay.
for no reasons that we can figure out. She won't talk to us or anything, so we're just out.
Okay.
Can you walk us through the transaction up to that point?
Sure. We had this is a house that had a tenant.
Okay.
We're going to walk through the house. The tenant got COVID, so it took longer, like 2 weeks or so after we found the house before we could walk through it. And then we got through it. We met her offer. Made her an offer based on there wasn't an agent on the other side, it's just her selling as owner. She made a counter offers about keeping the present tenants and a couple of other things we agreed to, and after that she said no, she wasn't going to do it, and she hasn't contacted us since and won't respond to me, my wife, or our real estate agent, and we knew her personally.
Okay.
So we have no idea why she didn't do it. So that's where we were. So we just So we're gonna move on now.
Okay.
We're thinking, because we're trying to do a mortgage, and that mortgage had been approved by Chase, that maybe she didn't think we'd have the money. I don't know, because we were prepared to set the property. Is like, when you do the numbers on it, it was like a 20% return on cash. I mean, it was phenomenal property. I mean, it's a small property that was selling for $800 a month, that was renting for $750 a month, and it was a sub $40,000 purchase. So we didn't want to deplete our cash by buying it, outright. But that's the only thing we could think of, that is that she didn't want to go through the mortgage process. And I don't understand how that affects her. That was on me. That was on us, I should say, me and my wife. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. And that's it. So I don't know what to add, because she won't respond. Hopefully somewhere, I mean, the property was such a great deal and cash flow so well that hopefully down the line she decides to maybe come back. Maybe something personal will happen or something like that, and hopefully sometimes she comes back.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully so. Okay. What reason in particular drew you guys to that property?
It was the amount of rent. It had a 2-year lease, and it was selling for, I think, $35,000, 39, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And when you do the math, it's like 21, accounting for everything. Is the cash on cash return was like 21% on it.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay.
why would you not? It's like, I don't understand why she didn't want it to sell it. And it's not like we made an offer that was like below her market. It was like we matched it exactly. So it was even actually slightly higher because we put it higher in order to pay off we're even paying off our real estate agent out of our pocket.
Huh.
So she was getting nothing. I mean, no out of state, not paying for nothing out of pocket.
Right. Okay.
It was the termite inspection. That was the other thing. She didn't want to pay for the termite inspection.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. So and with that purchase, I know it's it's an affordable property there, 40,000. So with that, your bank financing, what were you going to have to bring to the table?
25%.
Okay.
And 2.99% financing.
Oh, that's excellent there.
And I don't remember the points that they were giving. We had to pay some points. I don't remember how much it was.
Okay. No, that's excellent there, man. Okay. So what's the plan right now?
So we're going back and looking for more properties. I finally convinced my wife, that to expand the pool of not just what's the type, turnkey properties, but also consider those properties that we may have to rehab and hopefully come up with a good deal on one of those.
Okay. I like it, man. And this is going to, you guys working on your first investment property, right? Got it. Okay.
We really thought that one was going to be the one. I mean, we knew her, so yeah.
Right. And honestly, it does suck, and it's very unfortunate that she backed out of transaction for whatever reasons. I think that the most part is without an explanation.
Right.
To you guys, a courtesy from keeping the relationship and friendship intact. But I would share with you, don't hold it against her. Water under the bridge, move on. It's plenty of opportunity out there. One of the things we have to remember is not to fall in love with the actual property or opportunity. We want to seize the moment and push hard to get it pushed through. But then even when it falls through, let's keep it moving, especially with it being a property of that caliber. So I think if you guys are still looking, somewhere in that price point, man, it's a plethora of opportunities out there right now for properties in that price point, a plethora of them. And I can assure you, you keep, mowing the path, you're gonna get exactly what you need, what you want. I like it. Okay. Anyone else working on any opportunities? Got anything exciting going on? No, well, I'll just put it out there. I know Priscilla is working on, or has worked on her, what is it, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th Airbnb, Priscilla?
Man, go on, put me up there. I
Hey.
need that many. Man, I actually sent a message to my mortgage lender that LT connected me with today, asking her how the numbers will look for me to be able to put an offer in on a property that I'm interested in acquiring to either do short-term rentals with Airbnb or short to medium kind of length rentals with some of the travel nurses through Furnished Finder.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse, and it's in a rental friendly, it's a condo. I'm sorry, it's a townhouse style condo. So it's got an upstairs, but it's in a condominium complex. And they are actually short-term rental friendly, one of the few that are. So you don't have to try to go back and forth with them on being allowed to do short-term rentals, or try not to let them know you're doing short-term rentals, or whatever the case is. So I really want to get a unit in that particular complex because of that, and because it's a great location. It's an excellent location. And so I'm waiting for her to get back with me to let me know what the numbers look like. The property does have a contract pending on it, but now in Louisiana, because we switched MLSs through our board, you can actually continue to put offers in on properties that have a pending contract on them if the listing agent's client, the seller, is willing to do so.
Okay.
So I reached out to her. She said they do have an offer on it, but they're willing to view other offers. So I have no idea what their offer is. I'm thinking it must not be too strong if they have it, pending, but willing to still see other offers. So I'm going to look and see what the numbers look like for me to try to acquire that. May not really have a shot if they do have a full price offer, because I'm not going to overpay just to get the property. You know what I mean? Because the market is so inflated right now, and you have to be really careful that you don't buy properties and pay these overflated prices, because you're not going to see that money back if for some reason you have to sell or get out of the property within the next probably 5 to 10 years, I would say. And that's just a guesstimate. But so we're gonna see how that turns out. I did list my other property on Furnished Finders, and I gotta admit, I have been getting quite a few inquiries since it's only been on there for like 2 weeks, and I've been getting several people asking me about booking it. I even had this one lady, she called me because I guess I didn't respond to her fast enough because I was at work earlier today. And she's like, hey, I'm looking for something in Shreveport. Interested in your property. Can you accommodate my date? And I have like 4 or 5 other inquiries. So I'm actually kind of going through and trying to pick and see which one's the right one. And she's like, I really wanted to, see if I could go ahead and book your place for October. And I told her, well, I'm not quite sure yet. And I already have a current guest that's in there. So it would be kind of tight anyway. But I'm saying all that to say that the demand is really high for short-term rentals or medium length rentals right now. Because on Furnished Finders, some people may want to rent up to 3 months, 6 months, or sometimes even longer. And so I asked the lady, I said, are you having a hard time finding something here in Shreveport? And she was like, yes. She was like, I'm having a very hard time finding something. And that's why I decided to just pick up the phone and call you to see if you were going to be able to take my booking. And I said, I didn't, I knew that there was some demand here, but I really didn't realize it was this hard for you all in your industry to find properties here until recently, because I just got on Furnished Finders. And she was like, yeah, it's competitive and it's kind of hard. And I didn't, my place it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. It's close to hospitals, which is good, but it's nothing super fancy. Some of these properties I see on Furnished Finders that the medical professionals are staying in, some of these places are really, really nice. And mine
Really?
doesn't even have a washer and dryer in the unit. There's a laundromat on site. So I started to not even put it on Furnished Finders, honestly. Joe, you know, because I was telling you, I was like, well, I don't really know if I'm gonna go that route. And part of it was because I'm like, it doesn't have a wash and dry. Anyone who's staying somewhere for a month or longer is most likely gonna want a wash and dryer.
Right, right.
But apparently that's not stopping people from wanting to book it because there's, I guess, so little to really choose from. So, you know, I'm looking at, I need to get some more of these.
Okay. I like it. So you're already renting it out.
I'm renting out the my condo, my 1 bed, 1 bath, because it's been on Airbnb for over almost going on 2 years. In February, it'll be 2 years. So that one I've been doing Airbnb pretty steadily. But I wanted to just kind of branch out because Airbnb, I've had a couple of really bad guests, and Airbnb seems to always take the side of the guest over the tenant, the landlord. And some of the other groups that I'm in have had the same experience with Airbnb. So I'm like, okay, I really want to branch out and try some other avenues. Plus, I always like having a backup plan, an extra avenue or route out of a situation. So I decided to go ahead and look into the Furnished Finders. And then plus it's a little bit longer term with Airbnb. Most people don't rent for more than maybe a month or 2 at a time. And with Furnished Finders, you can get a longer term tenant and not have to worry about booking a place for 3 months, 4 months,
Right.
Yeah. So if your spot is ready, I asked the young lady asked me if I could reach out to any other property owners, because that's the other thing she asked me. She was like, do you have any other properties? And I hated to say no. I was like, damn, I wish I had some more property. And I get this question quite a bit. Do you have any other properties if this one is booked, or if you can accommodate me at this one? And so, I told I would reach out. So if any of you guys have properties in Shreveport and they're rent ready, I do have this contact that needs this client that needs a place to stay for October.
She's looking for somewhere. Okay. Man, I wish I did have something available as well for LT. What about you? You have anything available?
Nah, nothing to furnish. Nah. It's my uncle got flooring to do, a sink and a bathroom.
Right.
You still got quite a bit of work, huh?
No. It's pretty much done. It's pretty much done on the inside. The kitchen and everything. I think he's pretty much done with the kitchen. It's just like cleaning up and make it look good. But I told him I need some pictures now so I can start advertising.
Man, she ain't ready. She ain't trying to book till October. You think you could have it ready in a week?
Well, don't you need furniture and stuff?
You can't. Yes, but dude, you can go to Rent-A-Center and put you some furniture in there and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Rent it by the week or by the month, and then go ahead and book it out and make you some money on it, and either buy that furniture or send that back and get something else that you want.
That site you sent me, that link you sent me a couple weeks ago.
Did I send you Furnished Finders?
I don't know. You sent me one with the nurses, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yep, if it's close to being ready, you can get to Rent-A-Center, have some furniture delivered, dropped off, and they install it, set it up, and all that, and you done.
Well, hey, we'll look at how much. I'll check it out. We'll talk about it in detail a little bit more.
Yep. You need some help with it, just holler at me. Let me know.
Yeah, you need to go by there and check out the house so you can see the kind of work there.
I do want to go by and see it.
I'll text you my uncle number. Just call him and let him know when you're over that way.
Okay. All right, cool.
He'll let you in.
All right.
I don't know when
I'm gonna
Joe
check that
probably
out.
gonna be back in town probably by the end of the week, so Joe can let you in too.
Okay.
So, Mr. Michael, I know that you kind of little distraught about that deal, but I'm gonna tell you like this: those things happen to set you up for success. If you feel success right off the bat, then you'll probably get the big head. But by having that situation happen, it'll keep you humble and proud and excited when the next time that opportunity comes forward. So, one thing about opportunity, it always come back around. And at the end of the day, as long as you do what you're supposed to do and treat the people the best way you're supposed to treat them, it's definitely gonna come back in your favor in the long run with somebody else in a greater deal and a better deal. So just keep your head up, keep moving. I'm gonna yeah, I didn't get with you offline. I don't know if I got your number or whatever. I'm gonna put my number in the chat message. Just text me, man. I think I hit you up on Facebook, but see if we can link up.
Text is probably better. Facebook is where I usually do most of my law business.
Uh-huh.
I haven't set up something really through Facebook to receive anything.
No worries, no worries. I'm just gonna put my phone number. I'm putting my phone number in this chat right quick. So I know that right now, guys, I'll tell you like this: where to start buying in real estate. Joe, what's your ideas, man? Where the best place to how would you start buying in real estate if you were the newbie and you want to start?
I'm going to say for me, it's all going to depend upon what my cash flow is looking like. So I mean, do I have some disposable cash that I can actually afford to place in the asset and watch it grow, or do I have limited resources and I need to be creative with the opportunities that I'm presented with. So that's my step one. So if I do have cash that's available, and I'm looking at getting in and out of a transaction as quickly as possible, what I'm primarily focused on is the BRRRR method. So buying low, doing some renovations to the property, refinancing the property out. And when I refinance out, I would like to get all or as much as possible the monies that I had to put down when I acquired the property. So, it's a numbers game. You have to make sure it's enough equity left in the property to be able to execute that strategy. So that's the strategy I would be looking to do if I had some disposable cash. I would focus on the BRRRR method. That will give me the opportunity to go in, solve some problems, some issues, and put them off for several years down the line, as that's whenever things typically take place, issues. So whenever you're renovating the property and you're putting in new appliances and some new plumbing, some new electrical, new water heater, new AC unit, things like that, you typically have bought yourself a 8 to 10 year window before you get hit with one of those high ticket items. So that's if I have some disposable cash. If I don't have any cash, I am looking at other creative means of generating revenue to acquire properties, and that's going to be either via wholesale or my favorite, what I love doing is creative financing. I love creative financing, man. That is like become my passion. I really like it and love it too, because not many people can have the smarts, the patience to actually execute a creative financing transaction. And I love it. But when I tell you I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Some cases you can acquire properties with little to no money. Some cases sellers are willing to seller finance the property to you. Some sellers are willing to say, hell, just take it, keys in the mailbox, I'm not coming back. And so those are great opportunities to step in, solve some problems, and create some wealth.
Now I said newbies, man.
Well, hey, look. Hey, look. Look. I share. You asked me where would I start. So brother, that's where I would start. Now here's the thing about it. No matter where you start, you still need some knowledge, some education, some coaching.
Mhm.
And when I started house flipping, hey, I latched on to an actual group to help me learn how to flip houses. I didn't know how to do it when I started. I was a newbie. Whenever I learned creative financing, I did my first short sale, negotiated my very first short sale. I didn't know what I was doing. I actually paid someone else to negotiate the short sale. I watched them and I said, wait a second, that wasn't so bad. Let me watch them one more time. Watched them the second time. And guess what? I'm off to the races. I pay that young lady $2,000 per property. So $4,000 is what I paid to learn how to short sale. And off of that, just that strategy, it wasn't just a short sale strategy. It was a strategy of learning how to speak to banks, negotiate with banks, the art of conversation, what they need, when they need it, how they need it. So learning those things, I'm closing out on 2 transactions next month. Mortgages are $180,000 a piece. The properties are worth $230,000. They're in Bossier City, walking distance within each other. The mortgages, kid you not, show you the paperwork. Matter of fact, I might just do that. Mortgage on the property came back to be let me see, I think it's $237 a month. But I rent that house out for $1,500 a month. Not a bad exchange, right?
No, Lord.
No, not at all. So when I tell you it's beneficial, it works, but it takes some time and some patience. But once you learn it, man, you off to the races. Here, give me a second. Here, I'm gonna show you this really quick without going. Okay, yep, here we go. So this is why I love creative finance and LT. You guys see my computer screen here?
Yes, we do.
All right, so I'm just gonna circle right here. All right, so I put this house in forbearance, and actually the forbearance, they were going through a foreclosure. They moved, didn't want the house anymore. They didn't care. Matter of fact, the guy left the house in such a hurry, the front door was wide open. That's how in such a hurry he was. So I went to, I'm doing my driving for dollars, boom, stop, see the house. I called him up right then and there. Dude said, hey, look, I don't care what happens to that house. I'm out. I'm not coming back. And I said, I'll tell you what, let me have it. I'll buy it from you for exactly what you owe. And we started having our conversation. And yes, I'm buying it from him for exactly what he owes. But here's the thing. I'm leaving the mortgage in place in his name. I'm taking over the deed of the property and I'm paying the monthly mortgage note. Now, this guy was also $38,000 behind. Right now, I negotiated with the bank to stop the foreclosure, put me on a temporary payment plan, and look at my monthly note right here. $285. So on top of that, I told the bank, hey, I'm renting the property out for $1,060 a month. So if they know I'm renting the property out for $1,060 a month, when they give me my mortgage, it's going to be less than $1,060 a month. Last house I did that, my mortgage turned out to be $900. I'm renting that house out for $1,600. Cost me time, but you guys see it right here. To accept this offer, right there. So you go down. I'm gonna just scroll down really quick here. You see all this here where they have to sign. See that? Signatures. signatures, not my signatures, the actual seller's signatures. So, the previous owner's signature. So that's why I love creative finance and LT. I know that's a little bit more than what you wanted, but hey, that's what happens when you ask me questions. I give you more than what you asked for.
I'm trying to get these young whippersnappers that are just starting, man, are just motivated, and that definitely motivate them to get started, so they can kind of get a little bit of understanding to get to the point where you able to creative financing. And there's definitely a means to definitely an end right there. That's a retirement strategy that you start making money and cash flowing immediately, not later on, immediately.
Exactly. You know what the beauty of it is that you don't have to know how to, execute a transaction like that. You have to know the people that does. So have to be like I did. I paid the young lady $2,000 per transaction for help with to actually to acquire those properties. Now, I'm sick right now because whenever I went back and took a look at the property that she helped me with, it was this property right here. So this house right here, this is one of the properties I flipped. The lady that owned the property, she owed $140,000 on this house. Utilizing that strategy, I purchased this property for, what was it, $60,000, $62,000.
Wow.
So yeah, she owed 140. I purchased it for 62. So, and I turned around, I put about 35,000 into it, and I flipped it for 165. But today, this house is worth 190. Whew, I should have, man, I shoot myself in the foot sometimes when I think about how I should have kept all as many properties as I could as rentals. Oh my God. But house flipping was my primary source of income. So I had to flip the homes to survive. Let's see here. So yeah, it turned out nice. But this was my first short sale that I ever executed. So and I have plenty subject twos, plenty seller finance. Just I remember the first one I went out to work with on my own. I was actually with Priscilla, and shucks, at the end of that transaction, I didn't get anything done, but I went back, analyzed what I did well, where my opportunities were. I adjusted, and I've kicked ass ever since.
I'm on YouTube.
All right. That's all right.
Nah, man, I'm just picking. So what you a newbie? Would you advise them to invest out of town, local, near the home, around the corner, across the world?
I starting out, if you're going to do this and you want to be a active investor, I would say do something within driving distance, of yourself. If you're doing something to be a passive investor, which meaning that you're looking to just make some cash off of your investments, I would say just find someone trustworthy and you can invest anywhere at that time, as long as the numbers make sense. Everything is recorded and filed, and is complete transparency. Yeah, I would do it anywhere.
Okay. So what would you say some of the advantages are for investing locally, like somewhere within a 10-mile radius of your home?
Well, I would say the main thing is, if you're, it's always a learning opportunity there. No matter what your experience level is, you're always going to run into something that you have to figure out. And so that the ability to actually manage the projects effectively, to ensure that the guys and gals are coming in and out as needed to get the property together and on the market. So you know, just being able to keep a close eye on the project, and you don't have to micromanage it, but you would like to actually manage it. And I can, you know, attest from someone who's flipped houses, you know, 5 to 10 hours away, you know, to someone who's flipped houses that, you know, is down the street. You know, the I'm much more comfortable with flipping properties down the street, but I'll tell you the truth, I actually visit those locations less than what I do the others that are, you know, 5 to 10 hours away.
You like an excuse to get out of town. That's all that is.
Oh, brother. Hey, look, I love this. This is my emotional high, you know, here. You know, this is my addiction. And I understand that I personally have a limited amount of time left on this earth to maximize my earning potential. So based upon that, I found my passion. I fell in love with it. And I plan on doing, you know, going all out, you know, giving it all I got for the next 5 years. Because, you know, hey, we spoke about the 5-year plan, the 5-year hustle plan, you know, going all out for the next 5 years to ensure that whenever I lay my feet down, I can say, hey, job well done, my good friend, you know, job well done. So that's the whole purpose behind it, is to create that wealth, create that legacy, create that freedom, and enjoy it while doing it.
Now you said a mouthful right there. Living your best life, enjoy while making money,
Yes.
not working for money, but just have fun making money because you're doing something you love to do. I mean, that's a mouthful right there in itself.
Hey, can I interject here?
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
So, Joe, were you talking about that creative financing that you did with the short sale and your other properties? Actually reminded me. So, one of my other realtor friends actually came to me, brought the opportunity to me, as a matter of fact, that she has a listing that the seller really just wants to get out of. It's been on the market for a minute, hadn't really moved. And so she came to me and told me that she's thinking about maybe buying it from him and wanting to get into short-term rentals. And so I told her, let me look at the property and I could, give her some advice as to whether I think it would do well as a short-term rental or not. And so I actually went, I looked at the property. It's a townhouse in a community in West Shreveport, right off of Pines Road and I-20. And it's small and it's tight, so I can see why it's having a hard time selling. Because the rooms are real small, it's real tight and cramped. But for a short-term rental, I think it will actually do well, because you're looking at people that are just looking for something clean, something nice, something in a safe area, something that's close to the highway, close to some local shopping spots, restaurants, and things like that they can get to easily, which this is close to. And so, so I told her, I think this would be a good rental. There's going to be some work that needs to be done to really kind of get it ready, but it wasn't a whole lot of work. And so I told her, I say, well, if you don't know how to do this and I do, and you want to partner up and go in on this together, I'm willing to do that. Then I can show you the ropes and, we can continue to work this one together. Or at, a certain point after a year or whatever the case is, we can split up and you could take over the property and you'll know how to do it in case you want to do other properties. But in the meantime, that'll give me another property to be making some money off of as well. So we are talking about partnering up on that. But I told her, instead of buying it from him, let's just do a lease. Let's just do a lease. Let's just lease it from him for about 6 months. That way we can see how much traffic it's gonna get, how many bookings it's gonna get. And if it works out at that point, then look at purchasing the property, and then we could see how we work together, and if we want to, continue to partner together on it moving forward. But I say just, lease it from him, because the guy says, after she went back and talked to him, he told her he doesn't even want any money from the property. He just wants to be done with it. He don't want to have to worry about it. He don't want to have to try to rent it, try to sell it, worry about paying on it. So it turned out to be a really great situation, because we basically can just pay him what his mortgage payment is on it per month, and everything else above that we keep. And he doesn't have to worry about doing anything with the property. And she gets to learn how to do this and see if this is something she wants to do. And I get another property that is cash flowing, and potentially a property that we may end up buying and be, a permanent asset to my portfolio. So that's something else you guys can think about. Look for properties that have been sitting on the market for a long time. And if you are willing to, either do a short-term or long-term rental, I would suggest short-term. You can just lease it from them and then put it on Airbnb or VRBO or Furnished Finders, and make as much money as you can off of it until they decide what they want to do with it, or you decide if you want to actually commit to buying it.
Oh no, absolutely. Me and Joe had actually showed me that strategy a while back ago, where he go on Zillow, just to help everybody out how you do that. You can just go on Zillow or go on realtor.com or any other real estate website, and literally just pull up the oldest listings in your zip code.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do for sale by owner, the phone number gonna pop up. You ain't gotta talk to a realtor then. You can talk straight to the owner. So that is definitely a strategy that if you want to get some houses and you have enough real estate background that you can communicate effectively, and you know how to write a contract and execute one, it is definitely a great way to start in real estate with little or no money at all. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Joe got quiet on me. Joe, where you at?
Oh, no, I'm listening. Like, I'm sitting over here, man. Hey, I'm getting excited, because that's
part of it. Are these people helping you in life?
Let me mute her right quick, guys.
What is
well, hey, if they're not getting the help in life, you let us know. You let us know, because we want to support them as well.
Yes.
But no,
if we get ready to buy that property, Joe, I'm gonna holler at you to see how we can do some creative financing to get a hold of it from him.
Let me share this with you here. It's the time is now. So the time is texting the person that you're interested in doing the strategy with, saying, hey, let's go ahead and take have the conversation with the seller and make plans to move forward. All right, when's a good time to speak? All right, Joe, tomorrow at 3:00, will you be available for a 3-way conference call? Yes. Okay, perfect. So will you help walk us through this transaction? Yes. That's how you move quickly, because as LT was getting ready to share with you, one of the strategies that I use, I'm just one person. Other people use, this exact same strategy. We're out there, we're hunting. I hunt day in and day out. Day in and day out, I hunt. And as a result of it, I win. And when I do, I typically win big, but just know, hey, I'm out hunting. I'm not just going out picking out the first thing I see. No, I want some meat on the bones. But Priscilla, take action on that property. Put it out there. Let the seller and your potential partner, make the decision, but don't wait. Don't wait.
Okay.
Don't wait. I love it. We're here. That's the whole purpose of this call, so you can, have the ability to, ask these questions, solicit some assistance, And and we want to help everyone, grow. And in the event that you come across opportunities like that, that's just not for you, hey, punt that ball over here, see what happens.
All right, all right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, now a couple of other advantages that I would like to bring out about investing in local, because that's a good place to start, in my opinion.
It is, I agree.
Yeah, because you kind of know the area, and you
Yes.
don't want to deal with people that you don't know. I mean, if you try and invest in, if I try and invest in Chicago, I already know about my local area. Now I'm using so much time to research something that's so far away that I'm wasting so much time.
That's true.
So if you live in a neighborhood, a community that you like living in, why you don't think somebody want to live around the corner from you? You know your neighborhood, you know the people over there, you know what kind of people you like, you know the job types, you know the environment. Oh, I don't want nobody written by me that I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that's the idea, just a concept, right? Just a concept. So definitely consider, as a newbie, consider investing in about 10-mile radius from your house. Some you already know about. You know the people, you know the type of neighborhood, you know what happened in the morning, you know what happened at night. You know what kind of people live there. You know who you want to live close to you. That's where I would start, maybe. Looking around right there in the zip codes. Another thing I would recommend, somebody finna say something? Pick 3 zip codes, just 3, and then focus on one at a time. Pick 3 zip codes and focus on one at a time, just to get started, just to get your feet wet, just to keep you from being all over the place and keep you from learning too much information. That's a recommendation. Joe, what you say about that? What you think about those ideas?
No, absolutely. That's a great strategy. And if you're going to actually acquire with those 3 zip codes, also pick something that you could comfortably afford in the event you have to carry that mortgage for several weeks. So good areas, doesn't have to be upper middle class, it can just be upper lower class. It could be the certain block in the community, or it could be a nice middle class community, and you'll find some gems out there for sure. I agree with you, brother.
Now you when you were talking, you brought out another point, a whole another point right there. And the point that I thought about when you said that was who your market is, right? Joe said either you don't have to be the upper middle class, and then it could be the upper lower class. Now you need to find your niche. We call that in real estate a niche. Where's your niche? Where's your sweet spot? Joe started off in real estate doing fix and flip. That was his bread and butter. He made a lot of money. He paid a lot of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the conversation I had with Joe about them taxes. I'm like, bro, you killing me on them taxes. You paying somebody, just giving money away, right? So Joe changed his strategy after that. But go ahead, Joe.
I said, no, you did. We did. You're right.
So it was hilarious because I mean, Joe like, wait a minute, hold on, that kind of makes some dang sense. But it was like yesterday. But guys, the thing, what I'm really trying to get at is know your niche. Get a niche. Don't go out there trying to do everything. So let's narrow it down. First, let's look at a 10-mile radius from your home. Somewhere 10 miles is pretty far. All right. Radius from your home. Second, we're going to look at what class of people we want. What type of person do we want to deal with?
That is so important.
Yes. Do I want to deal with a lower class? Do I want to deal with middle class? Do I want to deal with upper class? All of them have drawbacks. Every last one of them have a drawback. Upper class people, what they want? They want the bang for their buck. If they pay anything, upper class is very uppity. All right. I don't know, my internet going in and out. Middle class are probably the easiest ones to deal with. They're the working class. They're too busy working all the time. They're going back and forth to their job. They're taking care of their kids. They're going to pay their bills. They want their house to stay just right. And lower class, they don't take care of their properties as much. Right? They don't care about things as much. They're not used to having paid to rent something from somebody like, hey, you did this for me, but I'm not gonna do this for you, kind of sort of thing, right? And that's generalizing just the overall picture, right? So you have a drawback for all of them, right? So know your niche. My niche, the hood people. I like the lower class. I like to provide something to somebody that usually is overlooked and just people say, hey, I don't want to deal with those type of people. I like to help people out. That's just me. All right. Middle class, hey, if that's your niche, get in it. So when you look at your 3 zip codes, look at do the cost analysis for the property value. Look at what kind of person you're looking at. Hey, I want them to make about 50,000. I want them to make less than 30,000. Hey, I want to make over 100,000. So you know your 3 zip codes. Then you narrow down 1 zip code at a time. Then you look at the type of people, and you start going at it, right? I help you all that just started get a focus, how to get focused on your audience. You know what they want, help them out. What you got, Joe?
No, I'm listening, brother.
Well, I mean, I'm using you as my amen, man.
Yeah, hey, look. Sometimes, man, I sit over here and take notes too.
Man, whatever, man. Your pen ain't smoking. Mine over there smoking. I'm writing down everything you said. I came up, look, my paper's full.
Hey, all I know is guys, the uppity people, they're uppity. They're uppity guys. So, and look, so that went all over my first page of my paper.
That's a good point though, LT, for real, seriously. That's a really
that's all I really got,
important
man. I
point.
just wanted to go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying that is a really, really important point. And as a new person in real estate, that's not something that you necessarily know to really pay attention to. And even just once you make that decision, really drive where you end up buying your properties and how you build your business. And I had to learn that when I first got into real estate, to really look at what type of class of people do I really want to work with and deal with, especially being a woman. I think it's a little bit more important. I don't really see too many women on this call, but there are a few. I had to coming back to Shreveport, where there's so many hoods here. And one of the main strategies is to buy cheap and buy, properties in low income neighborhoods. And so as I was looking at that and looking at other properties and being like, oh, but that costs too much money. I don't really have the money to get into that neighborhood or do this or that. I really had to put some time into evaluating, because it's like, okay, do I really want to have to go into Motown at 6:00 in the evening when I get off of work to try to talk to this tenant that's acting up because they done broke a bunch of doorknobs and think it's my job to fix them or replace them, because sometimes it's the mentality of the person that you're dealing with. And I'm like, okay, well, shit, I got to make sure I have a peace with me when I go and talk to these folks, because they done already called me on the phone, cutting up, talking a little bit crazy. Okay, so do I need to call some backup? Do I need to have my brother come over here with me? Do I need to have my dude come over here? I mean, it's real life stuff like that you have to think about when you're managing these properties, because you're dealing with these people on a regular basis. And some of them don't necessarily have the same communication style and respect for you, especially I tend to see with women when you're dealing with male clients. And so you really kind of have to think about your safety as well. You know, if you handling business by yourself, and then what type of neighborhoods are you gonna be comfortable having to go in and be there physically unless you have someone else that's managing it for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No. You always got to take in your safety. You always got to take in your peace of mind. And I concur 100%. You definitely should be understanding what you're doing. And on that note, for renters, if you want a good source, everybody write down Mike Butler, Mike M-I-K-E Butler, right? B-U-T-L-E-R, Rent Talk, YouTube. Every one of my tenants have to listen to that and acknowledge they listen to that. So Mike Butler pretty much break down to you, this is your responsibility. It's your fault if you evicted. It's your fault if it's this. It's your fault if the toilet get clogged up. Don't call me, use a plunger. Now, at nighttime, that's not an emergency. You call me the next day and let me know what's going on. Clean it up, do what you gotta do. So Mike Butler, I wanna advise you, I got his book. Renting on Autopilot. That's a book I bought. Awesome book, break it down. He was a cop. And as a cop, he bought over 100 rental properties, and now he got his own rental company and property management company and software. I bought his software and everything. I love Mike Butler. I love Dean Garzioski. I love Kobe Spiber. I love Dean, what's his name? Lee Orner, Van Merrill. I just studied all of them. So I got a lot of their information, and I have their tools and resources as well, because it's just good information. Joe shared with y'all earlier, if you don't know something, you pay for it. If you don't know for it, you get a coach. Right?
Right.
That's just what you do. You want to learn something fast and quick.
That is, help.
LeBron James. Yeah,
That's
look at LeBron James. He's the slimmest ever been. You think he got there by himself? He's a pro athlete. He paid somebody to help work out with him to get him where he at. Most folks that make it to the NFL, NBA, and all the pro athletes pay for coaches. That's what Joe said. He wanted to learn how to do something. He didn't have the skill. He paid somebody $2,000. He said, wait a minute, that wasn't too bad. Let me pay this $2,000 again. I still got a return on my investment. If you want something in life, we want to pay for college. We want to go to college and pay all this money for college and then graduate and work the job you do. But you don't want to invest into yourself and pay somebody to coach you on something you want to do yourself and reap the benefit. It's amazing how folks go to college and pay $100,000 in debt. Don't work the job ever again. Don't ever do the job and be like, oh, the school don't owe me no money. It's okay. But if you pay a person $500 to teach you something and you don't go do the work, well, they rip me off. At the end of the day, you got to do the work. So coaching is out there. And Joe no creative financing. Now, Joe, he hunt. He wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I know I'll be up at 5 and he already be up. Well, I'm out walking and running. I give Joe a call at 5 o'clock in the morning, my time. I'm an hour here, y'all. He up talking about me. I just left the gym. He on the computer already researching and digging through stuff and going through names and numbers and phone numbers and searching for people and searching for deals. Like he said, he looked for skin, he looked for bones, he looked for chicken, he looked for turkey, he looked for oxtails, he looked for everything. He ain't trying to get no doggone snake. He ain't trying to get no little meat. He trying to get it all. So you got to be hungry. If y'all listen to Les Miles says you got to want success as bad as the person with their head on the water. What a person want when their head is up on the water. If I'm holding your head up on the water, what you want more than anything else? Air. And you're fighting for your life to get air. That's how you got to be in this real estate game. You got to fight for it. You got to fight for what you want. You want freedom. You got to hunt. You got to dig. You got to scrap. And you got to be focused. Because you're focusing on getting your head up out of the water. You're trying to push and pull your head up out of that water. You got to be focused in that niche, in that target zip code, and you got to dig in there. And let me let y'all tell y'all this, and I'm done after this. The most important thing I can tell you is, if you stick with the same group of people, like if I pick the zip code, the middle class or lower class or the upper class, they all the same. Once you start working in one group, the next person gonna be just similar. You're gonna learn how to talk to the vocabulary, you're gonna learn the words to use around, you're gonna learn how to mirror them, you're gonna learn how to talk to them. You're just gonna get so easy after you start. I don't have any problem with my people in the hood because I treat them the way I want to be treated. I treat them the way I want to be treated. And they respect me and I respect them. And I have no issue with them. None. They actually call me and tell me ahead of time, hey, I'm gonna pay you for this month, next month, because I may be behind the third month, but I got my income taxes. I want to make sure you pay it off, Mr. Williams. I just want to make sure you pay it up first. When they get behind, hey, Mr. Williams, my daughter had surgery. I'm sorry, I can't afford it next month, but I promise you I'm gonna work on giving you some money through, I'm gonna do the financial aid. I'm gonna do some, I'm in college. I'm gonna give you my financial aid check. I got you. They done got behind a couple of times, and I ain't never talked bad to them, never talked ugly to them. And I promise you they catch up. And they may get behind the next month after they catch up, but I know what I'm dealing with. And I know how to talk to them, and I know how to work with them, and I know how to be understanding, and I know how to be compassionate, I know how to be polite. Because I want somebody to do that to me. I want somebody to do that to my child. Right? And that's it. And then, hey, look, something breaking the house, they call me about it, and they behind. I'm like, well, you behind, so I really don't know. I don't have the money to fix that. I mean, I'll call my, you go buy the part, I'll pay my uncle to fix it. But you got to buy the part because you ain't paying me rent. You're behind. They say that's fair. Absolutely. Because you ain't gave me no money. I can't keep on going the hole for you. Right? So that's how we work it, guys. But that's what I got. Joe, hey, man, I'm gonna let you carry us out, man. I appreciate you and Priscilla for facilitating this conversation, and Mr. Michael for telling us about your situation. I put my phone number in the text message on the chat message, 318-759-7442, 318-759-7442. I put it in the chat message. Hit me up so I can find out what you're looking for, and we can go on the hunt and find you some properties that meet your standard. And if it don't meet your standard, no harm, no foul. We're gonna keep moving. I'll probably just end up picking it up like I do all the rest of the properties that other folks is not interested in. I buy them. I don't mind, because when I put them on a contract, I'm putting them on a contract for me, and I just allow other folks to take the deal if they want them. So thank y'all for tonight. Go ahead, Joe. You got it.
You know what, man? Let me just ask a question here. I don't know how many folks that we still have on the call here, but okay, we're still a good 10, minus you and I. Right now, how do you guys feel about that creative finance, and just what the options and opportunities are? Is that something that would that interest you guys? You can
cut out, Joe. You cut out.
Oh, I did. Okay, how is it now? Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
How do you feel about what now, Joe?
That creative financing, with all the different options and opportunities that persist when it comes to that creative financing, is that something that interests you guys?
That's me.
Okay, good deal. So we got one. Well, 1 out of the 10 is not bad. All right, we'll take that. Okay, so I asked that question because you guys can tell that's a passion of mine. I love it, and you saw some of the results right there. As far as the rental payment, well, you didn't see the rental payment, but you saw the new mortgage payment. And I tell you, I spent probably $700 to get that property ready. The tenant moved in, gave me $1,000 deposit, $1,500 first month. So hey, and they know that we're on a month to month based upon I still have to finalize everything with the bank. They're happy, I'm happy. We're all getting what we want. But I'll share that with you guys, let you know that me and LT, we're actually in the process of developing some actual documentation when it comes to creative financing, to be able to assist you guys that want to learn that information. We're also in the process of scheduling our first co-hosting live event, to where we're going to go out and we're going to share the gospel with the flock, so to speak. And so we're excited about that. But in the event that you guys have any opportunities that you would like some assistance, some additional eyes or ears on, hey, this is why we're here. Don't hesitate to reach out. We want everyone to taste success. We want everyone to invest in success. Most importantly, we want everyone to share in success. So thank you all for tonight's call. If you need us, you guys have LT's contact information. You have his. That's even better than having mine. Trust me, it is. So we'll love to help you guys. Any last questions or remarks before we depart from this place, but never from thee?
I think he's trying to be a preacher, y'all. Real estate preacher.
Hey, I'm kind of digging that right there, man. I'm kind of digging that one there, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is our church. This is our Bible study.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to know that I appreciate the information you guys have sent me, and I'm going to try to make use of it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, okay. Well, LT, it's all you, brother.
Oh no, Priscilla, you got anything before we close?
Nope, I don't think so. Thanks again for hosting the call, and I just hope everybody found the information useful.
I got something before we close.
What you got, brother?
I want to say thank you, Priscilla, for providing that information. I didn't know you could still bid on the property when it's pending. So that was something I didn't know. I don't know about the rest of the people, but I thank you for providing that information, putting it out there.
Oh, no problem. You are welcome. But yep, that's something new that they rolled out earlier this year for our market area here in Louisiana. So
About time.
yeah. So we're gonna see how this
seems like to be a North Louisiana thing, because in other parts of
yes,
of the state, they would leave properties as pending or as contingent, and buyers could still submit offers and sellers could still accept backup offers. But man, yeah, I'm glad North Louisiana has loosened it up a little bit.
yeah, yep. It's a Northwest Louisiana thing with our MLS board, and we also have access to see properties in Texas now. So they did make quite a few changes to our board rules and things that we can do up here. So yeah.
Yo, boy.
Well, appreciate that. Appreciate the information. Priscilla, you know what next week, you may want to, next week or the week after that, if Joe ain't got nothing hot to talk about next week, you may want to share your screen and do that, the what's the name you talking about?
Furnish?
Yes.
Furnish finder?
Yes. Yeah. You don't mind
Okay.
doing that?
I'm still kind of new to it. So yeah, give me a couple weeks to really get used to the technology, the dashboard, so I can kind of be able to explain that piece of it to you guys.
Have you had any more meetings with the city about short-term rentals?
I have not. I do know it has gone into effect where you have to request your permits now. Any existing properties that are already short-term rentals on different sites have until December to get your permit submitted and in place. And I haven't actually made the move to do mine just yet. In any new short-term rentals, you have to go through the permitting process right now. But I'll be actually looking into getting my permits and everything by the end of the year. If I can decide to continue to do the short-term rental with this particular property.
Okay. Well, cool beans. Well, I appreciate it. Didn't you tell me you have an electrician that you wanted me to try out?
I do have a good electrician if you need somebody.
Yeah. I'll check the address. I got the house. I just gutted out a house. Well, I'm gutting it out. It's almost done. Nicholson Street. I'm gonna redo all the electric and everything in there as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will send you Terry's info.
Wait a minute, Terry Rattler?
Abner.
Oh, okay.
Terry Abner. He owns his own electrical company. Black guy, brother.
Yeah, I just used Terry Rattler. He just got me. I'm still waiting a quote from him, man. Everybody I send over there, it takes so long for to get a quote, man. I'm tired of these folks.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I'll shoot you Terry's contact info and send me the address to your other property. So I can go by and take a look at that sometime too.
I'm seeing my uncle number. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I'm
right,
sorry for holding
everybody.
y'all up. Y'all take care now.
All right. Good night, y'all.
All right.
All right. Good
Hey,
night.
Antoine, I'm gonna call you and update you on that situation we got going.
All right, great. Hey, thanks. Good to hear from you all.
All right. Yeah, you text me the other day talking about I ain't heard from Priscilla.
Yeah, he was a little worried about me. I told him, yeah, I was at work, so I couldn't get back to him as quick as I normally get back to people. But yeah, I talked to Terrence and we moving right along with that, Antoine. So I'll hopefully have an update
Hey, sounds
for you in a
good.
couple days. Thank you.
Hey, sounds
right.
good. He normally. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I'll take care. Y'all have a good night.
All right, good night, everybody. Peace.
All right. Bye.
All right.